The smarter you are, the easier you are to fool. That's not an insult. That's exactly what the research says. Most people assume intelligence is a shield, a defense mechanism against manipulation. The smarter you are, the harder you are to deceive. But psychologists have discovered something that flips this assumption completely. High intelligence, the thing you rely on most, is actually one of your biggest psychological vulnerabilities. And today, we're going to break down exactly why, and more importantly, what to do about it. Let's start with something called motivated reasoning. Your brain doesn't process information neutrally. It processes information in a way that confirms what you already believe. And here's the cruel irony. Smarter people are better at this. Researchers at Yale found that people with higher cognitive ability were more likely to use their intelligence to rationalize beliefs they already held, not to question them, not to challenge them, to defend them. This means that when a skilled manipulator gives a smart person a believable false narrative, that person's intelligence doesn't reject it. It builds a case for it. Smart people have a second vulnerability most people don't talk about. They overthink simple things. When a situation is obviously suspicious, a highly intelligent person often assumes they're missing something. There must be more to this. I'm probably not seeing the full picture. This is called the overcomplexity bias. A con artist presenting a simple but believable lie will be questioned by someone of average intelligence. But a high-intelligence individual will often assume the situation is more layered than it appears, and spend mental energy looking for complexity that isn't there. While they're searching for the hidden layer, the lie walks right past them. There's a third factor, and it might be the most dangerous. Smart people trust their own assessment of other people. If they meet someone and get a good feeling about them, they trust that feeling more than most people would, because they believe their read on other humans is accurate. This is called the accuracy bias, the belief that your social judgments are calibrated well, and it's significantly stronger in higher IQ individuals. Con artists know this. They don't try to lower your guard. They know your guard is already down, because you trust your own read of the room. Here's where this gets genuinely disturbing, and why what we're about to cover is something most psychology channels won't say out loud, because the next three things we're going to break down are techniques specifically designed to exploit intelligent people, not stupid people. The most effective manipulation technique used on smart people is something called the flattery loop. Here's how it works. Step 1. The manipulator establishes that you're smart, not obviously, subtly. They treat you like you understand things other people don't. They ask for your opinion. They defer to your expertise. Step 2. They introduce the idea or request, because you now feel validated as an intelligent person in this interaction. Your brain associates their idea with your own intelligence. Rejecting it now feels like rejecting your own good judgment. Step 3. You comply, not because you were forced, because agreeing feels like proof of your own discernment. This is used in sales, in high-control relationships, and in political manipulation at a global scale. Smart people are also particularly vulnerable to something called information flooding. When presented with a lot of data, even contradictory or false data, intelligent people feel compelled to process all of it, to weigh it, to analyze it, to reach a conclusion. Manipulators exploit this by providing too much information at once. Studies, statistics, expert opinions. Even if some of it is fabricated or selectively chosen, the smart person's brain activates. They start processing, comparing, weighing, and while they're doing all of that mental work, they never stop to ask the most important question: why is someone giving me this much information right now? Here's a pattern that psychologists call The competence spiral. It goes like this. Smart people make decisions. Their decisions are often good. Over time, they build confidence in their decision-making. That confidence is earned. But it also creates a blind spot. When a manipulator presents a situation that looks like a decision a smart person would make well, they lean into that confidence. And that confidence, which was built through genuine competence, becomes the exact mechanism through which they get deceived. The more experienced and intelligent you are in a domain, the harder it is to believe you could be wrong. Remember that open loop from the beginning? The specific technique used most effectively against intelligent people. It's called social proof anchoring. And here's how it works. A manipulator doesn't need to convince you something is true. They only need to convince you that other smart, credible people believe it. Because intelligent people use the beliefs of other intelligent people as a reference point. If experts believe this, if credible sources support this, then it must be worth considering. This is why propaganda works best on educated populations, not because they're less intelligent, because they're more likely to defer to what looks like expert consensus. Your intelligence doesn't protect you from this. In many cases, it makes you more susceptible. So what do you do with all of this? First, the next time someone's treating you like you're especially smart in a conversation, notice it. Name it internally. Ask yourself what they want. Second, when faced with a flood of information designed to make you analyze rather than question, stop. Ask, what's missing from this? What aren't they showing me? Third, assume your best judgments are your most vulnerable ones. The decisions you feel most confident about deserve the most scrutiny. Confidence and accuracy are not the same thing. The most intelligent thing you can do is genuinely consider the possibility that you've already been fooled. If this hit differently than you expected, you're not alone. Subscribe to MindWire for more breakdowns like this. One new video every week, and tell me in the comments, can you think of a time your own intelligence might have made you easier to manipulate? Drop it below. I read every single one.